Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for another episode of my thrift store makeover series. Last week I did a thrift store makeover and I decorated and repainted a similar wall hanging decoration, but this one's different. This one is like a watering can or a gallon. I'm not really sure what these are supposed to be called, but they're basically to like water flowers. Or actually, now that I'm looking at this, it might be like a teapot or like a tea kettle. But the whole time I was working on it, I assumed it was a watering can. But either way, that I guess that isn't too important. I started off the same as I do most things. I sanded down the surface to prepare it for the paint, and then applied a white base coat over everything this time. And then once that was finally dry, I started in, this time working on like some of the small details. This thing, watering can or pitcher, whatever it is, has a really cute like flower design in the front and center of it. It has like 3 little flowers, and I really love the design, but it was really hard to paint. I had to use a very small detail brush, and I had to work very slowly and carefully, trying to not make a mess of it. And so for the main part of the flower, I did it in like a nice purple color, which is somewhat similar to what it originally had. And then for like the little tips of the flowers, or like the little details into the flowers, I did a nice pinkish color. And then I also had this like little, I'm guessing ribbon or like rubber band holding the 3 stems of the flowers together that I did in pink. And then I'm using a silver or gray metallic acrylic paint to do in some of the details. And then for basically everything else, I did in this really nice blue color. And this was basically my design, at least my original design that I had planned out. This one felt a lot simpler than the one I did last week, but this one felt harder because of all the tiny little spaces where the flower stems were. I started off with like a bigger brush to do most of like the painting, and then when I went in to do like the small details, I switched to like a smaller, thinner brush and try to work a lot slower to not like mess any of it up. And I am using acrylic paints for this whole painting. Acrylic just is my favorite paint to use for this kind of thing. And then everything took about 2 coats of paint except for the metallic silver. That one took like 3 to 4 coats, which is pretty normal. Metallic paints is usually very transparent. And that was my original design, but I felt like the silver wasn't bonding well with it, so I added more silver metallic details to try to tie in everything together. And now looking at it, I wish I did that pink little ribbon in silver, because I feel like that would have really tied in the silver with the flower design, but I didn't think about it till just now. So this is the design I settled on and I liked at the time. I did a coat of matte sealant over everything, and then just a glossy finish on the flower and on some of the metallic details. And then I put my initials and the date on the back. And with that, this thrift store makeover was finished. It honestly, in this video, seemed a lot quicker than it really was. It took me a lot longer than it would seem in this video, but I am really happy with how it turned out. I hope you all also like how this turned out. It came out pretty much exactly how I envisioned and planned, so I'm really happy about that. But thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. Bye!